8 goals, 6 wins in a row, the best attack in the entire World Cup, and Spain just shut all of it down without breaking a sweat. Kylian Mbappé didn't score, France didn't score, and for the first time in 3 straight World Cups, they won't be playing in the final. Spain just beat France 2-0 in Dallas, and it wasn't even as close as that scoreline suggests. Let's break down exactly how the tournament's most feared attack just got shut down completely. The game turned early. In the 22nd minute, Lamine Yamal drew a foul inside the box, and Mikel Oyarzabal stepped up and calmly buried the penalty into the top corner to make it 1-0 Spain. It was Oyarzabal's 4th goal of the tournament, tying him for the lead among Spanish scorers, and it set the tone for everything that followed. Spain didn't just take the lead, they took control of the entire game. Then, right after halftime, things got even worse for France. Pedro Porro doubled the lead in the 58th minute after a slick 1-2 with Dani Olmo, running onto a loose ball after Dayot Upamecano was drawn into fouling Olmo and slotting it around goalkeeper Mike Maignan. Neither of France's centre-backs tracked Porro's run, and just like that, it was 2-0. And to make matters worse, France's captain in defense, William Saliba, went down with what looked like a non-contact back injury moments after the second goal went in, forcing an early substitution and throwing France's backline into even more chaos. From there, France simply couldn't find a way through. Didier Deschamps made his changes, Mikel Olise off for Ryan Cherki, Lucas Digne off for Theo Hernandez, but nothing worked. Mbappé, the tournament's joint top scorer with 8 goals, had one of his quietest games of the summer, at one point sending a curling free kick flying well over the crossbar. Spain's midfield, built around Rodri and Fabian Ruiz, just kept taking turns controlling the tempo, and France never really found their rhythm again after going down 2 goals. By the time the final whistle blew, the stat that says it all is this: France had won every single match at this World Cup until today. 6 wins in a row, 16 goals scored, and one of the most feared attacking trios in the tournament in Mbappé, Dembélé, and Olise, and Spain shut all of it down, allowing basically nothing in open play for 90 minutes. This is a huge result historically too. France came into this game trying to reach their 3rd straight World Cup final, something that hasn't been done since Brazil in the 90s and early 2000s. Instead, their run ends in the semifinal, and it's Spain moving on instead, chasing a title that's eluded them since they won it all back in 2010. It's also worth remembering just how good France's defense had been before today. They'd only allowed 2 goals in the entire tournament heading into this match. Spain matched that number in a single half. And credit where it's due. Spain has now done this the hard way, game after game, all summer. They went unbeaten through the group stage despite a surprising scoreless draw against tournament darlings Cape Verde. They cruised past Austria and Portugal in the earlier knockout rounds before finally being tested by Belgium in the quarterfinal. The first team all tournament to actually score against them. They needed a stoppage time winner from substitute Mikel Merino just to get past Portugal in the round of 16. Merino came off the bench again to score a late winner against Belgium. Their coach, Luis de la Fuente, has leaned on his bench in big moments all tournament long, and it paid off again today, even though it was the starters who did the damage this time. For France, this is a brutal way to see this era end. Mbappé now has 3 World Cups under his belt, a win in 2018, a heartbreaking final loss to Argentina in 2022, and now a semifinal exit in 2026. He'll finish the tournament still tied for the Golden Boot lead with Messi at 8 goals each, but individual awards are going to feel like cold comfort after a result like this. Deschamps himself was coaching what's already been called his final World Cup in charge of the French team, and instead of one last final to close out his time at the helm, his tenure with this golden generation ends a step short of the ultimate stage. It's a reminder of just how unforgiving knockout football can be. This was the same France side that had won every match this summer without conceding more than a goal in any single game, and none of that mattered once Spain found their rhythm. So what does this mean going forward? Spain now waits to see who they'll face in the final on July 19th in New Jersey, either England or Argentina, who play their own semifinal the day after this one. Spain will go in as favorites against either opponent after a performance like this, especially with a defense that's now allowed almost nothing all tournament and an attack that looked far more dangerous today than people expected against France's backline. Here's the bigger picture too. This officially guarantees that Spain will be playing in their first World Cup final since 2010, and it's a huge statement that they got there by beating the #1 ranked team in the world on the road in front of a stadium that was rooting hard against them. So let me know what you think. Was this Spain simply being the better team today, or did France's approach let them down at the worst possible moment? And who do you want to see them face in the final, England or Argentina? Drop your thoughts in the comments and make sure you're subscribed because that second semifinal is coming up next, and I'll have the full breakdown as soon as it's done.